Bonjour, les gens, hot potters, and welcome once again, as always, to another helping of Mr H's Hot Pot. You join me today somewhere in a French wood. I'm currently on Black Ops. Nah, I'm not really hot potters. I am in France, but I'm in a little place called Armbouts Cappel, which is not too far away from the French end of the Channel Tunnel. And that's where myself, Mrs H, and little Toby James will be heading to tomorrow. And we'll be jumping on the old train and making our way back to dear old Blighty. As probably one or two of you have already gathered or twigged from watching my last video, where I was at a Belgian bottle bank taking my beer empties back from our last trip over on the continent. We're back over here, and I've been to Disneyland Paris for the past 6 days. I've had a fantastic time with Mrs H and little Toby James, and we've got lots of good memories. However, I haven't done any videos from inside the park for a number of reasons. Not least, I don't think you guys out there who regularly follow my videos are all that interested in Disney parks. When I've done them in the past, they haven't really gone down very well. Where my normal videos get quite a number of views. I think the more regular of my followers only watch those videos out of politeness, if I'm being honest. Also, there's enough Disney vloggers out there, so I don't need to add my 2 cents worth. They can do it much better than I can. And also, it's nice to keep things just for yourself, just to keep them for your family sometimes. Anyway, why am I making this video then? Well, as you know, back in the UK, I'm interested in classic street furniture such as telephone boxes, post boxes, old lamp posts, things like that. And as I was making my way in to our hotel today, which, little sad story, when we got here, we found out that the buggers had let our room out that we'd paid for to another family. I think they'd let it out to a French family. So they'd sort of double dip for one room. Cue Mrs H going over and remonstrating with them. That's putting it politely. Anyway, the upshot is, they suddenly, from telling us that the hotel was booked, they found us a room. So we've got a bed for the night and all is good. But we've used this hotel a number of times and never had any problems. But this particular time, we've had this little hiccup. Anyway, all is good. So as we were making our way into the hotel, I noticed out the car window a classic piece of French street furniture. I noticed one of their old post boxes, and it looks like it dates from about the 1960s, which is pretty rare for over here, because the French postal system has undergone lots of changes during its existence. Unlike the UK, where it's just been Royal Mail forever, their system has undergone many changes and it's now commercialised. The French government have got it off the back. So these post boxes, predating the commercialisation of the French postal system, are rather rare. Anyway, let's make our way to the main road now, which is rather busy, and I do apologise if some of my words get carried away with the traffic, because the post box is right at the side of the road. But let's take a look at it. So without further ado, let's do just that, shall we? And there it is, hot potters, in the centre of your screen now. I'm going to make my way over to it. I've got to go up this road and make my way across that crossing. It's about 5 o'clock now as I'm making this film. So all this traffic is coming home from work, which is why it's a bit noisy, and I did my intro from over in that wooded area. As you can see, still standing by the side of the road, doing the job it was first installed to do. So we'll make our way over this crossing. They're not going to bother waiting for me. And here we are, hot potters. Classic piece of French street furniture that dates from about the 1960s. Now it does have lots of French writing on it, embossed into it. My French is not very good. I let Mrs H do all the talking when we come over here. I don't want to butcher the language, so I'm not even going to attempt it. It wouldn't sound right with a Wigan accent. A bit of writing on the back, which we'll take a look at. If anyone out there knows what that means, please leave a comment below. Now, as I said, these boxes have undergone quite a few changes down the years, and you can just see underneath the old blue livery that used to be the French postal system's livery. All that writing would have been white with a blue background, and I wonder how many letters this takes now, because as I say, it's all done via email these days. But in the middle you've got the days when there's a collection, and I can't remember what Lunday and Samedi is. I think that's Monday to Saturday, if my schoolboy French serves me correctly. But yeah, there we have it. Classic piece of French street furniture. Right then, I'm getting a few funny looks from people going past here, so I'm going to whip the camera around and I'll wrap this video up, I think. Well, look, Potters, there we go. A little look at a classic piece of French street furniture. Still here in this little place called Armbouts Cappel, not far from the French end of the Channel Tunnel. I'm now going to make my way back to our hotel, and in a moment to the hotel gates, to the hotel next door. This particular one, Campanile, which I'll just whip the camera around for you. This is a posher version than we're staying in. We're next door. So what I thought I'd do, I thought I'd bring you through this and you'd think, oh, what a great hotel Mr. H is staying in. And then I'd go into the cheap seats next door. No, I'm just using it as a shortcut really, on Potters, to get off that main road, because it is busy. And they do hit some fantastic speeds going down the roads. And I don't want to be doing the British tourist thing, jabbering into a camera, and the next thing it gets sent 10 foot in the air and comes crashing down. Anyway, I'm just making my way into where our hotel is now, which I'll just whip the camera around and show you. I've shown this in previous videos. That's where we're staying. So I'm going to join Mrs. H and little Toby James now. So, until the next time, when I'll be back on British soil, back in dear old Blighty, and normal service will be resumed, it is bye-bye for now.